Yo, what's cracking, everybody? It's your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage, here to bring you a message fresh from downtown Minneapolis. Comment down below where you're from. Sending you love and light anyways. Happy 4th of July, everybody. I hope everybody's having a very safe and wonderful day. I just decided to jump on real quick. All right, so first of all, I went to the tobacco store because I went and got me a weed pen, okay? Instead of them gummies, because I'm just kind of, it's already hit me, you feel me? But I decided to, I got to go to my favorite store, right? Damn it, I just missed the bus. Well, I guess y'all get a little bit more time with me. So anyway, I've spoken about this before. Like, I go to Target, downtown Minneapolis, and there's this mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say she's mean. She's mean as fuck. Like, she's not very friendly to people. She throws things in bags. And as I've said before, I just told the guy up there, at first I thought it was like a black thing, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, this old ass lady got me bent, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really wants to be arguing with nobody at no store, because I've been through a line of quite a few times or whatnot. But this lady is very nasty and rude and mean as hell. I made a very elective decision not to cuss her the fuck out, because sometimes we never know what people are going through, and this is a very good example as to why we should be very mindful of how we treat others, because you never quite know what people are going through. But in any given event, this lady is very rude. She's not very friendly, whatever the case may be. I used to work for Target quite a few times over the years, and I've done customer service for a number of different years as well. The number one thing that I learned in customer service is that you can attract way more bees. You can attract way more bees with sugar than with shit. You got to be nice to people. If you want people to be nice to you at your job, then you should be nice to them at your job too. Especially when you're working in an industry that requires you to, whatever you take home is whatever the business brings in. So that means that you should always be nice. You should always be accommodating to people. Even in times where you don't feel like you should, you still do, for the betterment of the business, the corporation, the community of people, or what have you. All right? You should always just be very mindful of the fact that without the people that come into your store or to patronize your business, that you always offer very good customer service. Now, y'all know me. But if you don't know, I'm your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage. And anybody that knows me from either now or back in the day knows I don't play that shit. If I'm gonna spend my motherfucking money somewhere, 411 o'clock, if I'm gonna spend my money somewhere, I'm not saying that people are supposed to bend over to kiss my ass, but I'll tell you this much: you should at least be nice enough to say fuck you with a smile. Every time I go into Target downtown Minneapolis, this lady is very nasty and rude, even to the point to where I've heard and I've seen people before. This is how much I come. Y'all know I love Target, but this is how much what I'm telling you is fact. I've been in the store before where this woman, where people in the line have been like, what's wrong with this bitch? But today, you know, she was very nasty and rude to me, as always. And so, I mean, there were a couple of different ways I could have, I could have handled this, right? So, for starters, appreciate you, thank you. Yep. For starters, you know, I tried to engage her and just be like, hey, how you doing? And she just didn't even look at me. She didn't make eye contact. She was just very nasty. You know what I'm saying? So I just basically, I don't know. I just was like, okay, well, I can, and this is kind of what I'm getting at. I had to, because anybody that knows Dwayne Lamar Baldry, Savage, whatever the fuck you want to call me, knows that I don't play that shit. When I worked in customer service, whether that was retail or face to face or on the black market, you feel me? The one thing that I know makes my job a lot easier is to be nice. It's you know, it's just common courtesy. Why fucking be mean to people or just be unhappy with people who haven't done a motherfucking thing to your ass? You feel me? But, you know, even with that basic understanding of what it means to be nice on your job, I tend to have a tendency to give people grace. Personal grace. Not God's grace, but personal grace. Because we all have to, you know, even when we feel like we're granting people our grace, that ain't God's grace all the time. You feel me? Or when we forgive that. Hey, this is a one way. Yeah. It's an Uber driver, by the way. Damn. But when we feel like we're giving people grace, or when we take away that grace and exchange it for whatever people give us, it's kind of like, yeah, well, we're writing that fence of offensiveness to the divine order of things. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just get back to this shit. So I try to empathize with people and say, you know what? People have bad days. Sometimes people are stuck at jobs they don't truly want. And they have to take care of their families and this, that, and the third. Grant, yeah, they should. Do what you got to do. As long as you're not hurting anybody, it's honest living, maybe even not so honest living sometimes, because sometimes that happens as well. I'm not judging any of that. I am judging my customer experience. So I've tried to give this mean ass bitch, like, you know, grace from my personal standpoint, and say, you know what? Maybe she's just having a bad day. Maybe blah, 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 blah. But no, that's an excuse for a person to be nasty as fuck to you. And if you're spending your money some damn where, they should have a better understanding about why they should treat people the way the fuck they want to be treated when they're spending their money in places. You feel me? So she finished ringing up my stuff, and I said to her, well, have a great day. She didn't even respond. The fuck? Like, for real? And I said it, and you know, I'm ignorant, so I kind of said it loud enough to where she could hear me, because I know how shitty she can be. She didn't say anything. So then I said, fuck it. This time I'm gonna say something. So I go upstairs, up the escalator, and there's like somebody met me at the customer service desk. Black dude, you know, nice little cutie pie. You know, got locks in his head and shit. Very friendly all the time, every time I see him. And I'm breaking down the story to him. And then he goes, well, I want to apologize to you. And I say, you don't have to apologize to me. He was like, I know, but I said, that's not target culture. I get it. And I just said, you know, it's not like I'm saying she should be fired, but I'm basically telling you that somebody need to have a conversation with her. Working in an environment where you have to deal with people every day, when you are in a retail or customer service position, regardless if anybody wants to say that this is true or not, your job is to elevate a person's mood for that day. Which is why most jobs, if you're in customer service, so you got to talk to people any fucking way, but like customer service, they teach you soft skills. You may be good at your job. You may be good at navigating systems. You may be good at ringing things up. You may be good at folding things up. You may be efficient. You may be fast. But what people don't come to the stores generally for is for how fast you can do shit. It's about how nice you are to them, so that they feel appreciated enough to buy your motherfucking product. Okay? Because I've seen it happen before where motherfuckers, men or women, have had the whole taste slapped out their mouth or slapped the cowboy shit out of because they were nasty and rude to people who were spending their hard-earned money. When you are in customer service, I will repeat, when you are in customer service, your job is to service customers. Even when customers are not always right, even when they're wrong, they're still always right. They're right about the fact that they spent some motherfucking money to have an experience with the company, and your job as an employee is to uphold that standard. That's your job. Lady, sir. And what we have to understand is that when you are in customer service, it is a service of customers. There's a service. Service is the biggest thing right there. When I used to work customer service, I used to have the same repeat customers calling all the time to order things that might have been $5 or $10. But they were always happy when they got me, because when they even though they were only spending $5 or $10, I understood that they were only calling in because they needed company or they needed to hear a friendly voice. You feel me? You feel me? And sometimes, even if it's not even over the phone, you get people that go into stores that they love to shop at because they like the people that work there. You feel me? So, I did complain. I did my part. I mean, I could have cussed that bitch out, and I probably very well should have, but I did not. I was nice. Okay? But people have got to learn, whether that's on a retail-based environment, like you're in a store, or you're working in a call center, from people who even run their own businesses by yourself. Okay? There's a way that you are supposed to appreciate the patronage of a motherfucker's service. Whether they're spending a penny, whether they donate a penny, spend a penny, upwards to 2 to 3 to 4 digit numbers. You are to always treat people with a manner of respect. Even if you don't respect them as a person, respect the fact that they're coming in to shop with your funky ass, or coming in to tune into your advice, or coming in to get a prediction, or to buy your clothing, or to buy your food, or to give you money for a place that they live, even if it's shitty. You feel me? I'm not jumping on here to be that person that's bitching and moaning and complaining about an unpleasant experience with an unpleasant person. No. What it is that, just like that lady down there, okay, down at Target, she's gotten so used to being able to be nasty towards whoever she chooses to, because trust and believe, I've seen her where she has been very nice to people that were ahead of me, and then when it came to me, she was very nasty. You feel me? So I'm talking about a nasty motherfucking bitch. An unhappy, miserable bitch who's not nice to everybody, but only nice to some people. Okay? These are the energies that it's time to either re-educate, to enlighten, or to walk away from so that they can understand why they are alone. Okay? Or maybe so they can focus on why they're so unhappy instead of being nice and nasty was what I was going to say. So they can stop pretending to be nice when they're really being nasty to people who don't ordinarily deserve that, especially when they're spending their fucking money. You know? Patronizing a store, or patronizing a person, or patronizing an organization when they don't deserve it. I'm over that shit. You know? And when I tell you, and y'all know I'm like Target like every other day. So for me to keep going in this place and having this mean ass old lady just kind of throw my shit in the bag, don't even want to respond when I'm being nice to her, means that bitch should not have her motherfucking job. You feel me? 6:19 on the clock. Because I'll tell you one thing is for certain. The wrong motherfucker come through a line or get your ass on the phone, or better yet, I'm speaking more in terms of like a physical interaction with somebody. The wrong motherfucker come through your line and you acting like a shitty bitch. That might be the last time that you ever get a chance to either ignore somebody or say something out of pocket. You feel me? This is your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage. Remember, you grow, I grow, I grow, you grow, we grow together. So I was loving light around this bitch. As always, take it easy. I love you. To the moon and back. Deuces.